All right, guys, welcome back to part 3. Again, sorry about that. I had the bell ringing and people are coming in for class and couldn't really finish a YouTube video. So let's go ahead and finish it. So in this case, we're going to solve for h. So we're going to get out our highlighter. Where is h? Ooh, that's not my highlighter. There it is. We're going to solve for that h. So let's identify where h is. It's right next to my big capital B. So he's got some extra stuff going on. We have that fraction, and we know that fractions are essentially division problems. So I could rewrite the entire right-hand side by just putting everything under 3. Again, that 1 didn't disappear. 1 times b is just b, and 1 times h is just h. Again, 1 times anything is itself, so we don't need to write it. Go back, identify where h is. Okay, it's on my numerator. How do I get rid of that denominator to get just a whole number? We multiply by whatever is dividing. In this case, that's 3. So 3v is equal to b times h. Go back, get your highlighter. That's what we're looking for right now. He's being multiplied with b, so I need to undo that multiplication with division. Now he's crossed out, so h is equal to 3v divided by capital B. Right. I don't know why I put that so close, but it apparently did. So we're going to go ahead and continue solving. We see that we have a fraction in front of a set of parentheses. So I can undo that fraction with its reciprocal, or the flipped part of it. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So the 4's cancel out, the negative 3's cancel out, and I'm left with 8r minus 12. And then I like to simplify things, so I'm going to take 129 divided by negative 3 first, which is negative 43, and take that times 4. Gives me negative 172. So we're going to go ahead and undo our addition or subtraction first. So I'm going to go ahead and add 12. So I get 8r is equal to negative 160. Then I go ahead and divide both sides by 8. R is equal to negative 20. Number 15. Now I can't do that trick because I have numbers in front of both sets of parentheses, so I do have to distribute both pieces. So 4 times 3x gives me 12x, and then 4 times 6 gives me 24. 3 times x and 3 times negative 4. There are 4 different ways to start this problem. One is not more right than the other. They are just equally different. So I'm going to go ahead in this case and get my x's together first. And then I'm going to go ahead and move over my 24. I do 2 steps at once. And then next I'm going to go ahead and divide, and since I'm dividing by a positive number, my sign stays the same, and x is less than negative 4. Okay, that's why I wrote it this way. I forgot that this is one big problem. So I have 48 minus 9x is greater than or equal to 93. So we're asking to find the solution set. So remember, the solution set is what can my x values be or not be. So we're going to go ahead and solve. So I have 48 minus 9x is greater than or equal to 93. So I undo my addition or subtraction, so I subtract my 48. And then I have negative 9x is greater than or equal to 45. I divide both sides by negative 9. So my x is going to remain this, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. My x is going to remain on the left side, but because I'm dividing by that negative, it causes it to flip. And 45 divided by 9 gives me a negative 5. So there's my solution set, part A. Part B says pick an x value which is inside my solution set. So what's something that's less than -5? What about -10? That works. And then part C says to substitute your chosen value into the inequality. Does the inequality hold true? Justify your answer. So we're going to basically plug in my -10 to see whether or not -10 is a valid solution here. So I have 48 minus 9x. Remember, we replace x with parentheses. I'm going to go back, and in place of the parentheses, I'm going to write my choice of -10. Okay, I have to go ahead and do this multiplication. So I have 48, -9 times -10 is a positive 90. And then 48 plus 90 gives me 138. And is 138 greater than 93? Yes. Okay, we're going to consider the following inequality and equation, and we're going to answer these 3 questions. Part A, compare and contrast the differences between the 2 examples. So I'm going to type because we all know that my handwriting for sentence-wise on here is atrocious. So what's something that I can compare? Well, they both can be equal to 12. And what's something that is different? Well, the first equation, technically, we're going to call it the inequality, excuse me. So the inequality can be 12 or bigger, which implies that it has multiple solutions. However, the equation can only be equal to 12. What is the effect of changing the sign from an inequality to an equation? So if I already have the inequality, so let's talk about that. Inequality is this guy. If I already have him and I'm going backwards, do you think that's going to limit, or is it going to expand my possible solutions? Good, it's going to limit it. It's going to limit the amount of solutions possible. And then it says devise a real-world situation that illustrates each of these examples. So first one, my inequality. Let's see, something that needs to be greater than 12. If I do all of my chores, then my allowance will be at least $12 or more. If I do my chores, we're just going to do my chores. If I do my chores, my allowance will be $12 or at least $12 or more, depending on how much I do. Okay, what about the equation? Y is equal to 12. I have exactly 12 other classmates in math class. Okay, number 18. We're going to go ahead and find the length of stuff. So the length of a rectangle is 3 inches shorter than its width. If the perimeter is 86 inches, what is the length of the rectangle in inches? Begin by labeling your diagram below. Okay, so we know when we talk about a rectangle, we have a length and we have a width. And I have another length and I have another width. So that's a start. We know that the perimeter which is length times length plus width plus width, or 2 width plus 2 length is equal to 86 inches. But I actually have another piece of information right at the start that says the length of the rectangle is 8 inches shorter than the width. So the length is 3 inches shorter than the width. Shorter means we're going to subtract. And I'm going to take my width and I'm going to take him minus 3. So in my purple equation, every time I see an L, I'm going to replace or substitute in W minus 3. 2W plus 2 parentheses, because remember the L is a variable, was 86. In the parentheses will go my W minus 3. 2W plus 2W minus 6, because we're distributing, equals 86. We're going to go ahead and combine our W's. So I have 4. We're going to add our 6. Which gives me 92. And 92 divided by 4 is 23. And it asked me for the length. So right now I've discovered the width, so I need to go back and find the length. Well, now that I know the width is 23, if I come back up here, oops, I need my marker again. If I come back up here, I take my 23 minus 3. So my length of this here rectangle is equal to 20 inches. Last one. Thought we were getting close. You're trying to raise money for a local concert by selling water. To sell water, you charge a $200 you are charged a $200 rental fee for the space and will still need to purchase the water. You do some shopping and decide to buy 24 packs of water for $4.80 each, making your cost roughly 20 cents per bottle. You're going to sell the water for $1.25. Part A asks, would you make money if you sold 27 bottles of water? Justify your answer. Okay, well, if I sell 27 bottles of water at a cost of $1.25, I'm going to take 27 times 125, which gives me $33.75. Okay, so that sounds like we've made a bunch, but you've got to remember, we're charged $200 in order to have this space. So did I make any money? Nope. I haven't even come close to the rental fee. Nope, didn't make any money. Number B. Letter B says, write an inequality to find what is the least number of bottles you must sell to cover the cost of your rental fee and your water.